Conor Gallagher's €40 million move from Atletico Madrid to Tottenham is a somewhat unexpected transfer deal in the January transfer window, but I think it might prove to be one of the smartest moves that any Premier League club have made this month. Now, I've got no illusions that Gallagher is Jude Bellingham or Declan Rice, but I do think he is a midfielder with a number of key attributes and skills that are sorely missing from Thomas Frank's midfield this season. And I'd like to get into them in this video and explain why I think he'd be such a good asset for Tottenham in the second half of the season. First things first, he is a solid defence midfielder. He's a player who loves to get the ball back. He's a player that loves to get stuck in. For Atletico Madrid this season, he was first for interceptions among all midfielders in the team, first for tackles amongst all midfielders in the team, and second among all players in Diego Simeone's squad for tackles made in the final third for Atletico in La Liga this season. And that should really come as no great surprise to any Chelsea fans who remember how he did for their club. In his final season at Stamford Bridge, he was first for interceptions, first for total tackles won, second for total tackles attempted, and second for total blocks in Premier League games for Chelsea prior to leaving the club to join the La Liga side. Now, some people may wonder why Tottenham would be signing another defence midfielder. They've got Bentancur, they've got Palhinha. But it's worth bearing in mind that Bentancur obviously picked up an injury very recently, which means he'll be out for a decent number of time. And Palhinha, of course, is on loan, and there's no guarantee that he'll be staying at Tottenham after this season. But crucially, Gallagher offers something that both these players don't offer. They're both somewhat one-dimensional in how they play. They can play defensively. They don't offer a huge amount in the final third, but Gallagher does, and that is the crucial reason that Tottenham have spent €40 million on signing him this month. Now, it is really worth bearing in mind that during his time at Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone used Gallagher as something of a water carrier in midfield. He wasn't really utilised as an attacking player, but when we go back to his time at Chelsea, it's really worth bearing in mind that in that final season in the Premier League, he was second for total passes, second for total assists, and fourth for passes into the penalty box. He was a box-to-box midfielder, but he was also a low-key playmaker in that Chelsea team. And I think that'd be really, really crucial to him when he joins Tottenham and helps them try to get out of the mess that they're in right now. In fact, when we go back to his breakthrough season at Crystal Palace, where he was one of the most exciting players in the Premier League, we could even see back then those kind of playmaking skills come to the fore, where he was second for key passes in that entire team and for assists, which was a very attack-minded team with a lot of attacking players. Now, we all know that Gallagher is a box-to-box player, and that's the important thing to bear in mind here. He's not some holding midfielder. He's not some holding deep-line playmaker who's going to sit in that kind of number 6 position and pull the strings for Tottenham. He's going to be driving up the park into the final third and presenting himself in chances and opportunities for Thomas Frank's side, either through dribbling with the ball or for progressing the ball through passes. Again, we can go back to that final season at Chelsea to see exactly what kind of player Gallagher can be in that role. He was second in that Chelsea team for touches in the final third, third for dribbles into the final third, and fourth for touches into the box. And again, at Crystal Palace, in that breakthrough season, he was second in that team for final touches in the final third and third for touches into the box. So at both Premier League sides, he showed a real tenacity to get into the box like a real classic box-to-box midfielder. And that's really the key point I have to underline here in this video. Tottenham do not have a box-to-box midfielder like Gallagher who can absolutely hold his own defensively, but can also get into the final third either through dribbling or passing the ball and create chances for other players in the squad. When we take a look at the top 100 players in the Premier League this season, Tottenham don't have a single midfielder for key passes, a single player for touches in the opposing box, and just one player, Xavi Simons, 38th in the league, ranks in the top 100 for dribbles into the final third. And those are all key metrics that Gallagher thrived in at both Crystal Palace and at Chelsea. So it's clear to me that Tottenham don't have a player like Gallagher, and he will be joining this team as someone who can offer something different from what Thomas Frank has had to work with right now. Whether he goes in alongside a Palhinha or a Bentancur remains to be seen. And I'm by no means saying that he single-handedly is going to turn Tottenham's season around. But I think if Tottenham fans were looking for some sort of reinforcements in midfield in January in the hope of turning this league campaign around, I don't think they could have done better than Conor Gallagher. And I'm really intrigued to see how well he does at Spurs for the rest of the season.